So Janibek tested positive for Meldonium. At one point it wasn't a banned substance. I believe I can't remember when it became a banned substance, but I think two people got caught on it. I can remember Alexander Povetkin going into that Wilder fight, and then his Russian counterpart in tennis, Maria Sharapova. Y'all remember her for towering over Floyd Mayweather at the ESPYs. Got popped for it. I put it on the screen, and it enhances, conditioning. You know what I'm saying? So you won't get fatigued, and that's what Janibek got popped for the A sample. So I don't know if he submitted a B sample, but right now the fight with Erislandy Lara is OFF off. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out the box news playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel once again. Hit the link tree. You can find me on X, Facebook, Instagram, join the Patreon. Everywhere else I'm producing content, the Free Game 89 channel, my Detroit channel, everything's inside that link tree. It's the first link in the description, right? So, we out about 4 days out from the fight, and he pop hot. Am I surprised? Am I shocked? Am I flabbergasted? Yeah, I am a little bit. Yeah, I am. This is wild. This is wild, man. This is wild. Him popping hot right before the fight. I seen somebody on X was like, yeah, this is they trying to give Crawford the belt, and this dude's a cheater. And you see that amongst a lot of the foreigners, bro. Like when they start testing, and I believe they start testing for real and having the test, you see why a lot of these guys have titles, and you see him pass out on the scales. So a lot of these guys, they be dirty. They be flat out dirty, man. And I'm not surprised by him. Big, strong guy, real tall guy. You wonder how he cut down to that weight. So we had Subriel Matias. I mean, for the most part, you will see an American pop hot. We seen with Lamont Roach some years ago. After investigation, he kept one belt, and then the other one, I think the IBF stripped him, and WBA cleared him. You've seen it with Jarrell Miller, but then more often you always see it with the foreign fighters, the Alberto Puellos, the Subriel Matiases, Canelo and his whole camp, Oscar Valdez, Cesar Martinez, Ryan Garcia, Oscar Valdez, Julio Cesar Martinez, whatever, Cesar Martinez. Who had Ryan Garcia. You had Canelo Alvarez. You had Luis Nery. You had that other guy that was boxing life. So it was a number of guys over there. I think, did Frank Sanchez pop hot? I'm not sure about that one, but it was a number of those guys over there that pop hot. And now you got Janibek. So a highly anticipated fight with Erislandy Lara is not off. They're not going to change the levels of Meldonium. It's banned in or out of competition. So I mean, hey, for the most part, that takes some pizzazz away from the card. I believe you got Fulton and O'Shaquie Foster still on the co-feature, so that's a really, really good fight. I think a lot of people thought, Lara and Janibek was the most intriguing fight on this card. So it's a blow, and you never really see these things coming. They catch you off guard. I mean, a lot of people was gearing up for a Lara Janibek winner. Probably Janibek, most people thought, to take on Adames, and then the winner of that to fight Terrence Crawford. That's what people was hoping for. But when you test, you start to get some truths. When you go looking for something, you start to find things. So, Janibek's a cheater. I'm not surprised. Not surprised one bit. I don't know what his response is. I don't know what he feel about it, but a lot of times you be like, well, how do a guy get caught the week of the fight? And a lot of times they cycle on, they cycle off of that stuff. And when you cycling off where you don't get caught, if you don't do everything according to how you supposed to do it, you're going to get caught. It's a science. You can't be 1 inch off, 1 milligram off, 1 milliliter off. You can't be off none. Everything has to be done on point for you to get past these drug tests, to get it in your system and get it out your system. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Maybe it was a surprise test. They caught him by surprise. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand. And then also with performance enhancing drugs, they become addictive. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about it. They become addictive. You think you need more. You think you need it to go. You know, bodybuilders, you know what I'm saying? When you start talking about steroids, you know, back in the day, they would go cycles when they was out of competition. They would just be off of steroids. They wouldn't even, you know, have steroids in their system. And then when it was time to compete, they'll start taking them again. Now what you see amongst a lot of bodybuilders, because they legally can take steroids now. Now what you see with a lot of them is they're on roids year round. And that's why a lot of them, you know, get clapped. That's why a lot of them go to that upper room, because you don't cycle on and off. You have an addiction. A lot of times you got to understand it becomes an addiction to take these things and make me feel this way. And then when you don't have it in your system, you can tell. You can tell. So for the most part, it doesn't surprise me. A lot of these American fighters are playing against a stacked deck against them. You know, they playing against a lot of them. Foreign fighters be cheating. You know, a lot of people just think, oh, these foreigners are nice, and they got criminals too, and they cheat too. And I get it. When you see somebody that smile and nod and nice, and you know they do those things, man. Yes, think you they spy. You just think they so nice, but yeah, they finessing the game as well too. So I mean, so be it. So be it. So Kaza cheat. He's a Kaza cheat. Now I know for him it's probably hurt. It's embarrassing. Hold on real quick. Well, okay. Okay. I don't know what they was thinking. About to get bit. They had a work order to fix something in my house for Thursday, and they trying to come in on Tuesday. And I have a dog, so this is why I don't fuck with apartment buildings. Like, that's why I never go into an apartment without my dog, because they like to be in your house without you being there. You said Thursday, therefore you come in the apartment, you get bit. That's on you. You know, Miles gonna do his job. That door gonna lock back quick. Yeah, because nobody told you to come in. Y'all said Thursday. So now you bite. I hope he don't bite their ass, but that's on them. They do this shit every year. Like every year they gotta do something. They do it every year. They got your number. They had a schedule. They do this every year. Crazy. But let me see if they locked it back. Yeah, dude, you have. Hey, good luck to you. But yeah, nonetheless. But yeah, I mean, for Lara, they talking about doing a replacement opponent. You got to have a replacement opponent. That's the crazy thing about it. You got to have a replacement opponent now, man. And, you know, and then you have so many guys that's popping hot, you know, whether it's, you know, clenbuterol, whether it's ostarine, meldonium, all these things where these guys are constantly popping hot. And now when you test, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, now you finding out. You finding out the truth. Now you finding out the truth. So, now you finding out the truth. But you know, for the most part, I'm not shocked. It's a good fight. It was a fight I'm looking forward to. But you know, I think O'Shaquie Foster folding on there. That probably moved up to the co-main. Lamont Cruz is a good fight. So it's still a good fight card, but this kind of gave him that extra bang. So people going to start their conspiracy theories and, oh, they want to get Bud a belt. And like, bro, I haven't seen a lot of Janibek, but, you know, middleweight is just a doormat division. It's a pedestrian division. So you know what it is, man, with the middleweight division. So, so be it. But hey, let me know what y'all girls and guys think. Unfortunately, it's a fight took off the path. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Follow me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Check out the Box News playlist for more videos like this. But yep. Janibek, 1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strikes, you out of there. Appreciate y'all. One time for the one time. Goodfella TV. Peace.